ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, look what I got my little hands on. A 60 TP Lewandowski. I don't even think that's how you pronounce it, but hey, it sounds good. I don't know, it's Lewandowski, but I'm going to call it Lewandowski because it's easier to pronounce. Yeah, I got it researched today, and you guys are going to see my very first match in it. Yeah, it is sweet looking tank. I like the side skirts, helps with some splash damage. Boy, I wonder if that acts as, I imagine it acts as some spaced armor. I mean, very thin. This looks like a piece of bent tinfoil going down the side of the track. I guess it's going to help more with like splash damage than anything. Of course, you got some logs up here on one side. Rather have logs on both sides. Our log is painted, it looks like a birch tree. Uh-oh. Isn't it illegal to cut birch trees? Shame, shame, shame. But anyways, let's go over this mean motor scooter, because I'm liking it. The gun is... I wish I had more pen. I wish the aim time wasn't so long. But, you know, it's a heavy. What do you expect? Stock 3.808 rounds a minute, 250 standard penetration with AP, 317 with heat, and 90 for HE. 750 average damage for your standard and your premium, and 950 for your HE. And 2308 is your average damage per minute. Aim time is 3 seconds, right on the money. Yeah, so you can see the gun handling on this is more of like a Russian tank. This whole line, to be honest with you, you're going to be definitely wanting to have coated optics to help your view range, because these things, all of them are really pretty blind as a bat, I guess is the simplest way to put it. They don't have the best view range. Stock, this had I think it was 382 stock. But we'll go over those numbers in just a minute. So, yeah. My rate of fire is 3.73 rounds a minute. Reload is 16.1 seconds. So it's your typical long load time for 750 average damage. Turret traverse is 26.17, so kind of slow. Hull traverse is exactly the same at 26.17. So you got to be real careful that you don't get circle strafed by a fast, like a Bat Chat or a fast moving medium or light tank, because yeah, it'll swing around okay, but if it's a, you know, you're looking at those new wheeled vehicles that they're going to be adding to the game, yeah, those are going to scare me, because those things will just spin around you like you're, I mean, seriously. I don't know if you guys saw that video where that thing's just spinning around that 57 Heavy like there's no tomorrow, and they just, boom, dead. But, yeah, so you get -8 for gun depression, and elevation is 20. So good on the, it's pretty good on the gun elevation and the depression. So you can work ridge lines okay. I wish it were 10, but 8 is still a lot better than most of them that you can get. Aim time is pretty lengthy at 2.75 seconds. Dispersion is 0.35. So workable. Average damage per minute is 2796. You get 2,600 hit points. And your armor is 160 on the hull in the front, and it is very well sloped. I'm hoping that driver's area is not a weak spot. And your lower plate is going to be at distance really hard to hit. I mean, that is like almost non-existent. I'm loving it. Look at that. Sloping. Wow. I'm hoping that really helps out, because it'll be nice if somebody can't just sit there and, you know, shoot the hell out of your lower plate. On the side, you get 100 on the hull and 150 on the turret. And it's a pretty good size silhouette, so, you know, artillery will be dropping them on your head. And on the hull, you got, in the rear, 90 on the hull and 100 on the turret. So turret's pretty tough all the way around, and the hull's actually pretty tough too. Definitely be good at side scraping. Yeah, it definitely will be a nice side scraper. You don't have any real visible. The only weak spot I'm thinking that I might worry about is this driver's hatch area, or driver's port, I guess you could say. The hatches on this are the type that I don't think they put. I wouldn't think they'd put a hitbox in that. These are the type that when you open the hatch, it goes down and in inside the turret versus up and out. So yeah, those. If they, it'll be a bummer if that. I mean, I imagine they probably put a hitbox in that little commander's hatch right there, but not too easy to hit. Yeah, especially at distance. So the turret on this looks like it's going to be a tough motor scooter. Thick, really good sloping. Love the looks of it. It's just a mean looking frickin' tank. Look at the gun. I mean, look at the girth on that thing. It's just like, bam, bitch, take that. Weight, it is pretty heavy. 60.93 tons. You can go all the way up to 65 tons. And, yeah, so you can easily smash into some mediums. Definitely light tanks, mediums, even other heavies. I mean, you don't want to go smashing into, you know, a Moss or Type 5 or Type 5 Heavy because they're probably going to win in that department. But the engine's a little bit small, 780 horsepower. So your power to weight's 12.8. So you'll get up to 35, but you hit a hill, you're going to be creeping up the hill. And, well, I don't want to say creeping, but you're going to definitely feel it. You're going to slow down quite a bit. And 14 in reverse, which I wish it were 20. Concealment is 7.99. It's basically 8. Got the view range up to 407. I took the crew out of the Tier 9 and threw it in here because it's got Brothers in Arms, Sixth Sense, Repairs, Snapshot, Brothers in Arms all the way through, Repairs on this one, Smooth Ride, Repairs again, safe stowage to help so you're not getting ammo racked. And it's funny, I got ammo, well done, ammo rack right pop my top, but even with safe stowage, they still hit my ammo rack and knocked it out, and I had to repair it. So that's with safe stowage. So I imagine if you have this without safe stowage, you might want to put like a wet ammo rack on there, because I imagine it's going to be pretty easy to ammo rack this by first match. Maybe the guy's got a lucky shot because he was hitting me in the side. So I'll have to really pay attention when I see kind of where he hit me. It was Object 263, that tank destroyer. So 407 view range and 761 on the signal range. So I got the view range up to 407, but that's mainly because of the crew. Yeah, because in ventilation and Brothers in Arms, that's what brought it up. I'm fighting myself to put coated optics on here to bring that up to about 430, because the view range, I mean, like that match that you're going to watch here in a minute, I was spotted easily by their Action X. He was spotting me, shooting at me, and I couldn't even guesstimate where he was. But, yeah, so if you want to hold on for a minute, let's get to the meat and potatoes of it and watch watch this bad boy at work. So I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the 60 toilet paper tank. 60 TP. Looks like a bad arse tank. Looks really sweet. Like the looks of it. What is on the back of that thing? I wonder if that pipe is so that it can go to mid to deep water. You know, like snorkel basically. It's just strapped up there. I bet you that's what it is. But anyway, so pause it real quick and piss you guys off. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, looking at what they had, looking at what we had, I decided I was going to go play the 1-2 line over here in the hills. It's got -8 gun depression, so it's nice that you can work those kind of areas. And so we are going to skedoodle and turn this down so I can hear myself talk. We're going to skedoodle our noodle and head straight down the one line as quick as we possibly can and see what we can do to get some damage. Everybody always asks me, why are you turning your turret like that? Because I always tell them, because the enemy are over here. The enemy ain't in front of me. They're not to the right of me. They're not up in the air. They're over here. So if that tank, that AMX there, were, you know, to where I could get a shot off at him, I've already got my turret aimed that way. If he shoots at me and hits me in the turret, well, guess what? I got the strongest part of my turret facing him. So it's just a really good habit to get into when you're driving, to keep your turret aimed at the enemy vehicles. I mean, it makes sense to me. If a tank comes flying around a corner and I've got my turret facing them, well, guess what? I'm going to be able to shoot them. 1, 2, I'm going to scare the crap out of him because my gun's already facing him. 3, if he shoots me, he's probably just going to bounce because I got the strongest part facing him. But you would be amazed at how many people ask me, why do you always turn your turret towards him like that? Common sense, I would think. So we're just kind of boogieing along down here, and I see an E50M and a 30B. First shell I got loaded is a heat round, and I'm going to go through and shoot different types of shells. I'm going to shoot, I don't know what that 30B was looking at, but we plug in for a nice 770. And you can see Artie's already aimed in at our 57 Heavy, and it's the tier, looks like our 57 Heavy got hit by two shells. But I'm going to shoot different types of shells at these guys for you so you can see what each shell is capable of doing. So we shot a heat shell, next we're going to shoot an AP shell, and next we're going to shoot an HE shell. We're going to go right down the list, and that way you can kind of determine whether you want to carry any kind of HE shells when you see what you can do with the shell. With you aim and shoot some with an HE shell if it's going to do any kind of damage or if it's going to suck. It has 90 penetration, which is pretty darn good. But I do shoot a few rounds of HE, and I wasn't very happy that I shot any of the HE shells. So we hit the 257 for 718. We bounce around from the 50M, and I'm trying to lower plate is where you're going to get most of your on the sun. Yeah, you can see I got hit a lower plate right here. I can't believe they were able to. He must have really had he must have a real good aim time on that, because he shrunk in. That lower plate is like really small, and for him to hit that, I was like, holy crap. But we've been hit twice, once by the 257 and once from the 50M, and I'm not seeing, it's that darn sun hitting, it's hitting right where I can't see where the other shell hit. Well, anyways, but I'm also watching the mini-map, and I'm seeing this happen up here. So after we kind of deal with these guys here, I had already planned on turning around. So I take a shot and kill a bunch of ants. I don't know how the hell I missed that point blank shell right there. That was awful beautiful how I did that. No one wants to pop out. Type 4 takes around and bounces it. So I hit the 257, we finish him off, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go back to cap. I'm not even going to waste time trying to push over one tank, and you can see they're having trouble taking that E50M out. One tank. And there's two, I thought there was 3 of them. Oh, there's a third and fourth one head up there. But, obviously these guys, and it looks like the 57 Heavy is the same thought process that I am, so he knows how to look at a mini-map and go, we need to turn around and do it fast, because look at these guys up here, these guys going up that way. And so my first inkling is to get over to this area right here, this little opening, and use that to my advantage and hopefully get shots off at the bad guys. I've got an AP round readied up, and heat shell is going to be the second shell I shoot after this, and then I shoot an HE shell. And I was when it comes to the HE shells, I was really disappointed on what it was doing for damage. With 90 pen, I thought it would have done a heck of a lot more damage than it was doing. So I was kind of waiting for something to pop up here to give me a nice, beautiful shot. And I see that 705. I didn't have the best shot in the world on him, so that AP round, and the AP is only 250 pen, and I can't believe that actually survived that little onslaught. So I'm taking an aim in on the 705, this time with a heat shell, and we go through them, And I'm loading an HE shell next. I thought I shot one HE shell already, but I guess I didn't. I see the 57 Heavy coming over this way. Now this is an HE shell. Yeah, I shot right into his tracks. That was flipping stupid on my part. Should have shot him in the side of the turret. No, shoot him in the tracks and let his tracks eat most of the damage. But I wanted him dead. I was loading a heat shell next. I got rounds flying in on me, but we're able to smoke him. And we get hit by the Action X with heat shell. Actually, I bounced one of his heat shells and one penned me. So let's take a peek at the turret. Something scraped off me right there, and something hit me right there. So that might have been two of the bounces. Oh, you can see one shell right there. The one shell I hit there. Should be one more shell somewhere that penned me, and I'm not seeing that one. I'm not sure if this is a bounce. That one definitely is. And that is a heat shell that bounced. So you can see the turret on this is pretty girthy. I mean, it looks like it's going to be able to withstand a small nuclear blast. Now the mistake I make here in a minute is our Type 4 Heavy does get up on our cap, and he was the only one going that way, and I didn't want him to get knocked out because me, I'm a real good-hearted person, and I wanted to try helping the poor guy. So I do go drop down and go to flank behind over here and take out, I think it was their 705, their Object 705. I can't quite remember. But our Conqueror gets on their cap, and I thought, all right, cool. You know, we're capping. We're going to at least draw them back. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. If not, go ahead and cap them. And this is where the view range sucks for me, and the Action X actually spots me here in a second. So I back up right quick, fast, in a hurry. And our 54E1 and our Type 4 and another medium was down there. We're moving forward. 54E1. I think I take a shot at this Action X, and it really just not even close. I was waiting for him to get lit or pop out. There he goes. He pops out. I try and snapshot him. That round didn't even go close to him. It was so far up, it wasn't even funny. But our Type 4 Heavy is getting on our, pushing up to, really protect the cap. 54E1 is. Now, this is the mistake I made. I should have come up this way, but I knew, I had a funny feeling, an inkling in my bones that something was coming around this way, because I imagine either Centurion Action X or the Object 705 or whatever it is was going to try coming up this way and take our Type 4 Heavy out, or our 54E1. So I wanted to get over there to back them up. Then I saw our Centurion Action X coming right up towards the Type 4 Heavy, and my only fear was what's over here. And then I see the Object 705, and he's got a lot of health left. So this is an HE shell right in his keister for a whopping 381. Yes, I was very disappointed. And this is where this damn Object 260, that's what I wanted to see. Where did he shoot me to ammo rack me? Oh, come on. This is why I like my paintball mod. You gotta be kidding me. He hit me somewhere over here, and I can't see where he hit me. This is why I wish Wargaming would give you an option to have like a paintball mod turned on so you can see where you get flip and hit. I so hate not knowing where I'm getting shot at. Because if it was the paintball mod was on, I know I did get hit right there, but the round came from that way. It's just annoying as hell. I want to know where I got hit to where he ammo racked me, and I can't even see. Shit. Sorry guys, I really wanted to know so you could know too. That way you can protect that area. Because I've got one of the perks in the crew there is the stronger ammo rack, and he still was able to knock my ammo rack out. So I'm wondering if this has got like a real weak ammo rack or something. Bummer I can't point it out to you though. So anyways, so yeah, he's up here somewhere. shooting me and not lighting up. But I wanted that 705 gone, so I'm loading. And I was really disappointed that the HE shells were doing such pitiful damage. I mean, I hit them right in the butt, point blank in the butt for a whole 381. I was like, you got to be flipping kidding me. 900 and I think it's 950 average damage it can do. Pfft, yeah, right on. So we're loading a heat shell, and I'm backing up, but I wanted that 705 gone, so I'm just gonna pull over here and shoot them. And bounce. How you like that? Heat shell in the ass of the tank and it bounces. But, of course, the 705 were able to pen me no problem, though. I shoot him in the back, shoot him in the ass of the tank, and bounce. He shoots me in the front and pens. I'm like, are you kidding me? Sometimes I just don't understand this game. I mean, how can, at that distance, with a shell that's got 300 and some penetration, bounce off the ass of a tank? And it's like, are you flipping kidding me? But, of course, he pens me. Easy cheesy. And I was angled like a mofracker. I mean, I'd have thought it would have bounced off me, if anything. But I ended up getting knocked out. We ended up winning this match. It was pretty close. Actually, it was very close. But, I could actually point out where that guy was. Finally, he got lit up. I don't know what lit him. I think it was a 57. No, it wasn't a 57 heavy. Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe he just finally lit when he pulled the trigger on me. What? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Frickin' shot me 3 times and never lit. Ugh. But I really like the tank. I'm a little disappointed in the HE shell in general. I'll know to change my loadout and remove one. I'll probably just remove one of the HE shells. Oh, watch this 57 heavy. 57 heavy had a real good game. He had like 5,000 damage. But I'm going to remove at least one of the HE shells, maybe 2, because I was not very impressed at all with the HE damage. When you're shooting somebody in the ass of a tank and only doing 230 or if that damage, no, that's just, it's with 90 millimeters of penetration, you would have thunk. It would have done a whole lot more damage than that. But yeah, no such luck. But yeah, payback's a bitch, ain't it? So I'm glad he took him out. Oh, and that's a 54 he won. He had to have been, he was shooting premium. Because that looks like the little gun that goes on the T69. I'm probably wrong, but it sure looked like the gun that went on the T69. But we win. Yay for us. Yay for us. I really do like it. It moves fast. It reminds me a lot of the IS-7. But a better gun, but a worse gun. You do more alpha per hit. But with the IS-7, you get APCR, which is way better than heat. Because I can probably almost guarantee dollar to donut. If I would have shot that 705 with a APCR round, I would have went through his butt. Where with that heat round point blank, I bounced. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I just freaking couldn't believe it. The AP rounds, 250 pen. If you're top tier, that'll be okay. If you're top tier, which we were in this, but a lot of the tier 9s we were shooting at were pretty good, well armored tanks. They were not slouching by any means at everything pretty much that I was shooting at. Whereas, if there's a lot of tier 8s, you can get away with shooting, standard rounds. But if you are, I don't want to say bottom tier, but if it's all tier 10s, you might really look at carrying a lot of heat rounds, because the AP rounds just 250 is, you can't really guarantee the penetration at all whatsoever. And I hate heat rounds, I really do. But I mean, I watched a video that oh shit, who was that? Somebody just did a video a couple days ago. Lemming Rush. I love watching his videos. Smart. He's really articulating, about what he's doing, why he does it. He tells you exactly verbatim, this is why I did this. This is why I went here. And I love watching his videos. Learn a lot from him. But he was even saying, like with I think it was the IS-7, that you really got to shoot all premium rounds, because your 250 is the same pen as this has. It just sucks. It really, you bounce more than you would if you shot premium rounds, obviously. But the IS-7 also gets APCR, where this gets flipping crappy heat rounds, which I absolutely hate. Literally the only good thing about a heat round is you can shoot from this cap to that cap if you could see an enemy tank, and it will not lose any velocity from point A out my barrel to point B hitting that tank. It's not going to lose any penetration at all whatsoever. So you've got a really good chance of penetrating stuff at distance, where with AP and APCR, things at distance, it starts to peter out, and eventually it just doesn't have enough oomph to pen anything. And heat, you don't have that issue. So that is one of the only good things about heat, but I just don't like it because I seem to bounce more with heat. A lot of tanks that you shoot, if they have any kind of spaced armor, it seems like I always hit the spaced armor, or there'll be a pole in the way, or some brick, or something, and it hits that. It just, with AP and APCR, you go through wood, you can go through walls, you don't have to worry about spaced armor. There's so many better things about the APCR and AP compared to heat, but when you don't have enough pen to go, because I can guarantee 250 pen, on my standard round, I'm going to have my son, when I'm home, take his Type 5 Heavy, and I'm going to take this 250 pen and shoot the shit out of his Type 5 and see if I can even pen him. And if I do, really take note of where I'm penetrating him at, because I highly doubt I'll pen him at all. And then that means I got to sling the crap out of heat rounds to penetrate a Tier 10 tank that, should go ahead, make my day. I just hate heat rounds. But anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so as I always do, first match, you guys get to see how it does in the first match every time, and that was my first match. Not spectacular. Towards the very end, I decided to... instead of staying up on the hill, I was getting outspotted by, I can't remember, the Action X, I believe it was. Yeah, it was. Action X was out. He was able to outspot me. He's got way better view range than I do, obviously. He's in the medium, I'm in a heavy. And I didn't go with nods on, or coated optics like I was thinking about. And now I'm contemplating actually putting them on, because it really sucks when you're getting hit and you can't see what you're shooting at. But in place of it, I went with vents. I did a gun rammer, the vertical stabilizers, and vents. The aim time, dispersion, just everything is kind of high on this. And given it's a heavy, so it's going to be. But, when you use vents, it helps everything. Your reload, your dispersion, your aim time. It actually helps maneuver. I'm pretty sure it helps like maneuverability of the vehicle. So it's kind of a toss-up on the first one I always do is gun rammer. I think I've got a gun rammer in literally every tank that I own. I mean, unless it can't take it, obviously. And then I either have vertical stabilizers first, or gun lane drive to help the aim time, and then the third, I either go with coated optics, nods, or vents, one of the three. And pretty much every one of my tanks, if you look at them, that's pretty much how they're all set up. What the hell? Huh, that's weird. I wonder why it doesn't have that was strange. Once in a while, because I haven't played it in a lot, like forever, but I'll click on another tank destroyer and look at it, and something will be missing that used to be there. It's like when they change them around or do something to the guns or buff it or nerf it, they strip it, and a lot of times I'll forget to put stuff back in it. But anyway, so I was doing really good and hold my ground. I was up on the hill, but The problem we ran into was the Object 705, I think it was, or the 257, was trying to flank our Type 5. Was it Type 5 we had that was on our cap? Type 4, that was trying to protect our cap. And you could see that I was super close to their cap, but when I saw that a lot of their tanks had gone over by the water, I decided, hey, I need to turn around now, and it was a good thing I did. Unfortunately, I dropped down off the hill, and I was kind of thinking that their 54 lightweight and a lot of their 263 were going to head back to their base to protect it from getting capped. And I couldn't have been more wrong. That Object 263 was putting round after round in me. He wasn't lighting up, and I was obviously getting spotted by the either the 705 or the 257, one of the two. I can't remember which one. I think it was the 705, and I was also going in between AP, heat, and HE shells. I was shooting all three, so you can kind of see what kind of damage you can expect with this gun. I was a little bit shocked with the HE. It's actually pretty good. 90 penetration, and I was hitting for shit. I mean, I hit the side of the 57 heavy, and I think I did like 200 and some damage. I was like, are you flipping kidding me? I might have hit him real close to the tracks or something, but I hit a couple other vehicles. Like I think I hit the 705, Object 705 in the ass with an HE shell, and it only did like 250, not even 300. Whereas I could have shot him with AP or a heat shell and done, 750 average damage, but I wanted to kind of show you guys, it helps you, like, determine if you get this tank, do you want to actually use any HE shells, or do you want to carry them? So now you can see what I did for damage shooting these with HE and be like, yeah, I don't think I'll carry many HE shells, and I think I carry 3. I might bump it down to 2, because, yeah, they weren't doing crap for damage. It was pretty pitiful. Yeah, I was actually kind of shocked it was doing so little damage, to be honest with you. But anyways, so for what we did, we hit the 57 heavy 2 times, and one was with, I believe, an AP or a heat round, and the others with an HE shell. So we only did 904 versus like 1400. But I want you guys to see what you can do, what the gun's capable of doing, and the only way to do that is to show you by shooting them shell. But from now on, I'll be shooting AP and heat. The penetration on the gun really isn't too hot for your AP rounds. I mean, I think it's actually a little bit better than E100. Yeah, because E100 is, I think, 246, and this is 250. But, you got other tanks. Hell, I got a Tier 8 tank destroyer that has 268, I think it is, penetration on its standard round. But anyway, so we did 904 damage, knocked out both his tracks. Yeah, I must have hit him in the tracks, so that's probably why his tracks ate a lot of the damage. AMX 30B, we hit him one time for 770. That was with, I believe, an AP shell. Bounced a shot from the Centurion Action X and one from the E50M. The Object 257, we hit him 2 times for 853, finished him off. Knocked out his engine and his track, and the Object 705, we hit him 2 times for 1,036. And I think it was also, that might have been with a heat shell and one with a HE maybe? I can't quite remember. Like I said, it wasn't anything spectacular. First match, still just learning to play it, aiming the gun. Does have kind of a long aim time still, unfortunately. So we got a fire for effect, nothing too spectacular. We got second most damage at 3,563, and we got 2 kills, base experience of 767. Had 11 shots, 9 hits, 7 pen. So you can see the AP and the even the heat shells, really, they're okay, but that's about it. You got to aim for weak spots with this gun. I'm telling you, you do. From a distance of more than 300 meters, we did 655 damage. We got hit 9 times, 7 pen, 2 bounced. Most everything I was getting hit with was getting me in the lower plate, and it was high penetrating rounds from tank destroyer. So, yeah. We did bounce 2 rounds for a total of 780. If you get hauled down in this thing, and it does have 8 degrees of gun depression, which is pretty darn good, yeah, you're going to be able to hold your own. Not an IS-7 per se turret, but it's pretty damn strong. We damaged 4, destroyed 2. and we lost 42,907 credits. But I also used one of the consumables, 41,000 in ammo, and 30 for the vehicle to get repaired. Boy, that's expensive to fix that rascal. Holy smokes. Try not to get blowed up too much in this thing. It ain't cheap. But we're going to go ahead and do a review of this while we're doing the post-game stats. And well, actually, I don't know. How do you guys like it? Do you like it when I do the review, then the match, and the post-game stats? Or do the match, post-game stats, and review at the end? Well, I think it would make more sense to do the review first. So I think I'm going to stick with that. If you guys want me to do it at the same time that I'm doing the post-game stats, let me know. Otherwise, I'll stick to doing it the way I have been, with the review first, then the game, and then the post-game stats. Kind of in that order would make a little more sense, so you can get an idea what the tank can do, see it in action, and then see what the results are. So, yeah, but we'll go ahead and keep doing it that way. So, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, first match in it, not too shabby, but not too superb. I really wish I had my mod pack working so I could, not my mod pack, but Aslan's mod pack, so that I could see. I really miss having the paintball mod so you can see where you're getting hit, because it'll show exactly where the round hits, and you can see, well, why did it bounce, or why didn't it bounce, or wow, how would he pin me there, you know, just different things like that. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.